where he's from in Pakistan, the technology is so cheap that every single person in the village, every house in the village has a borehole.
Oh. We are digging hole, and then we set the PVC pipe before we start drilling.
So that's
the first step.
So this first step is all hand dug?
Pretty much, yes. About 3 feet down. So the pipe. Okay, that's up.
This is the tripod that we're going to use to start drilling. Now we're getting ready to put the casing in. This is PVC and will come out once the drill or the hole is drilled. Here we go.
Drop it. Yeah. Do it again. Same thing. Keep doing it. Yeah, keep doing it.
So this rod, this metal rod that we put in here, you call it a drill? It's basically a manual drill? Up. So then you clean it out, put it back in. And Santos, this is done in areas mostly where you cannot get to by car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to get the big reach to some places, so this would be a simple technology too.
You know, you give the...
What are the benefits for this technology?
It might be cheaper. It's
Cheaper and everything is above the ground. You can repair it. One person can repair.
I work for Clear Water Initiative. I'm the country director for Uganda program. About this new technology, I really love it because it saves time and it's cost effective. We've been having challenges with the other types of pumps which are very expensive, and the rural people that we support them are not able to afford that. The reasons being the metallic pipes often rust, and then you need to replace it, clean it in about every 6 to 8 months. You need to be getting new one. So when we have this new technology which uses the PVC, it's buried underground, no need of replacing PVC pipes like for 100 years and over. That saves the need. It really gives a huge assistance to the rural people who cannot afford expensive things. And the target will be like after in each and every 5 households there will be one water pump, which will be helpful then reducing the problems of common diseases related to water activity.
I am Kyla Mitchell, otherwise known as Team Kyla, working with Aid Africa here at Loyobo, near Gulu, Uganda. An environmental science major, and this new technology from Pakistan is more sustainable, cleaner because it uses PVC instead of metal, which rusts and brings up sediment. The physics of it is better than the old technology that they were using. There's less materials, cleaner water, cheaper. I don't think it can get much better than this.
On behalf of Gulu District Local Government, I am extremely very happy with this new technology which has brought in. With my experience, I've moved across the country, I've not seen this. So I really appreciate this. My humble appeal is we need to look around and see how best we could extend this similar service to other places in the district. We really have crisis of water. And I have loved how costly is to install this one here.
Well, thank you. My name is George Ovola, the project manager, Water and Sanitation with Aid Africa.
We are happy that water has come out. It is a cheap thing. I hope it will be good for the whole community of Africa, and people can get, so that each household can get water and serve. It is so cheap that everybody could have it, and so that we can have clean water in every home.
So do you think Uganda needs to adopt this new technology?
I think not only Uganda, but I think it should be the whole Africa too, since it is more economical, looking at the economical prices, looking at the price. So long as we can access clean water with a cheaper way, I think everybody, to help the poor of the poorest, we need to adopt this and make it ourselves more efficient.
Yes.
We're in luck because the soil is perfect.
Yeah, it is. Isn't that great soil?
So Naimat, why are we digging this and not using the drill bit right now?
Where we want to have at least 3 feet deep, because it will help to fit, because this tripod is not big enough, and the pipe that we're going to use is just only 10 feet. So we want to make sure that, you know, we can easily put the drill bit inside the pipe, we can reach it. So that's only one of the reasons we are at least digging 3 feet down.
I mean, we could use an 8-foot section instead of a 10.
We could.
But is that enough length to drop it and everything, or do you know?
Yeah, it should be enough. We could use a 8 feet or a 10 feet, and
Yeah.
because I thought 10 feet comes in comes in a different
Right,
country
usually they
standard.
come 20 foot, yeah.
Problem with biosand is you have to keep the inside of the biosand filter wet. You have to keep pouring water through, and if you don't have any water, I mean, the tar desert has only 8 inches of rain a year. And so they dig underground cisterns, and that water becomes polluted, and then you could put that through. But if you don't even have an underground cistern, you're bringing in water from another place every day. One of the things you can do is then set up a bank, basically of 12 or 15 or even 50 biosand filters. Put the water through the biosand filters. Either bag the water or find old bottles of the right variety. Then use the sun, basically solar disinfection, basically pasteurization, to take out the very last bit, and then basically, well, in the tar desert, you'd bring it around on camel carts, and you deliver water like the old milkman. That way, I suspect that's what we will do in tar. In Turkana, they actually have hand carts. They don't even use camel carts; they use hand carts, and will deliver water that way, and they can deliver it at about 1/10 or 15th of the cost of the Coca-Cola water, and it'll be purer than the Coca-Cola water. There. So that's a specialized technology which we would only use. And here comes Dell and Suzanne Livingston. So
I'm sure everyone's really aware, but I just want to put some perspective on this. In going to the villages and working there, the number one thing that I saw was most of the children are dying from really preventable diseases. In 25,000 children, for example, in Uganda die a year under 5, for the reason only that they don't have clean drinking water. And so the first demonstration borehole that we put in, they were drinking from a small, green-brown puddle, basically, and so now 800 of them have
And you see the worms moving, they're just move with the hands and fill the jerry. That's how they drink.
in 2 of the places where we work in Burundi, for every 1,000 children born, 300 of them die by the age of 5. 80% of them from bad water. So that's it, and I want to welcome Dell Livingston, our honorary chairman, and also we call him the Grand Poobah, and Suzanne Livingston, our board member, and they're the ones going to be working in Turkana. We were digging a well.
And inside the drill bit is a little flapper, and so Naimat will move the thing so that we can zero in on that one. I'll slowly move in.
That would be for wellhead protection.
And there's the little flapper.
Do they close it?
Yes. You're going to walk in it for sure if you don't.
Yeah. That's how we were getting soil from Africa, then all of a sudden we hit the rocks.
Oh, yeah? How far down did
Got the
you
long
hit the big
zoom
rock?
units
when
and
you went down?
SLR and all the things like
20 feet or something?
And it was
Well, the big rock, it depends. From 30 feet to 70 feet.
Yeah.
The big thing is that this part is important. We have to make it central, and then this casing has to be exactly like, no curvy or anything. That has to be straight. So when it goes down straight.
Probably want to put it right about here.
And,
Keep the mud out of the grass.
Okay, we can put the pipe. You want to take it?
do you want to clean this out before you do it, or does it
Want to
matter?
tip it over and put the bit in first?
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to go down another foot right in that hole so we have room to clear? Because that will not come out of the hole.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, let me go down here.
Well, there's enough flux, it'll come out.
Yeah.
Guess what we hit? Cheese and dinka.
Peanut butter.
We don't have cheese. I'm joking. We don't have cheese.
Who am I looking at?
No cheese. So welcome to everybody. And I wanted to start. We'll have, everybody will get to introduce each other. And you can always go inside for food if you're cold. But I think we should start with a prayer in either Noor or Dinka. Who wishes? Noor?
Sarah.
Sarah, please.
Easier just to. Also, we went to my tops.
So, Peter,
Yes, sir.
this casing is going to go in the hole, and that bit is going to go through the casing. But we need enough room, that's 10 feet long. We need about the 3.5, 4 feet to be able to empty the dirt out. We need to take that bit out of the top of the casing. So we need about it to be about this deep, the hole. So, does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. So the
So do you have to use a casing that long?
Which one is bring the case?
So it's like a yum now,
Come out and dump it out and go down again until it goes up again.
Not even close.
No,
not even close.
Okay, make it straight.
Okay, so
we need a level.
I've got a pocket.
Freaking away, we're not gonna find the level there. So let's
All
find
you have
a-
to do is
He's
keep the
getting a-
rope in
he's
the
getting a
center of the
pocket level
pipe
right
and it
now,
will
so
be
he's getting
perfectly
level.
plumb because that's where the thing drops. Gravity will keep doing its job unless we do something really bad. Yeah, now it has to be plumb.
Dropping it down, I guess. Yeah, so that's how I know the name, and then I bet you at other people's water.
Yes.
And then we should we do 20 times, and then pull it out, and then do more 20 times. That's another way.
There's another hose here we can hook up.
This one is how heavy you think it's going. It's a good bit. 25, I would say. Did they come in different sizes or not?
Let's let the other people pull on that thing.
Yeah.
Let me get some,
Okay, keep drilling it. Outside, it will even deep down quicker.
Hit something that it's not going down anymore.
Well, it's going down slow.
At least the two people.
Naimat, how do you know when it's full?
It will get heavy, and then at least we do like a 20 times. I think we can pull it out, and then we can see it.
You ready to pull it out?
Okay, pull it out. That's slowly.
We don't have enough room to get it all the way out yet.
Yeah, that's another problem.
Keep going until we fill it.
Leave the rope.
More
Leave
slack.
the rope.
Give us some more slack. Rope.
More rope.
Slack.
Let it go.
What? Huh? You didn't even go 5 centimeters.
Yeah.
We always use water with it, right?
And people rotating, right?
Yeah, of course. What water there?
Right there, because it's got the down as far as it works. We got something. We got a bite.
My oldest grandson.
All right, the fishermen, what did they get?
This way.
Finance.
There's water coming out the bottom. That's an improvement.
Right now.
Yeah, I was kind of. See, that can't work.
Putting
You
water
got to
in
push it with your
water
finger to
will
open it.
react to what's there. At some point, when you get where you
Gotta
hit
be a
water, you'll see more water. And
Yeah, at that point in time, it was kind of stuck in a closed
there's a
position.
water table here.
Was there anything come out?
Just some little rocks. Okay. I don't think we have got any success quite yet. But we've got a lot more experience.
Well, you can drop it down multiple times, but you're still pushing stuff back. You still have, it's kind of like a whistle, you know. It's and then the third approach is you have a weighted drill or a cutting edge, and you're beating the material into pulverize. You're pulverizing the material. Pull that cutting edge out, and then you put a baler in behind it to lift the material. If the well is really shallow, you could actually, and you had if you had a water source, you could float the stuff out by running a tremie tube down, a skinny tube down, and floating stuff out. But you can, 11 feet's really about the most you can do with that without having hydraulics behind it, some kind of a pump to push it. And even then, you'd probably have to have mud mixed into it, some kind of a high amount of dirt.
How are you going to take the gravel out? Because we have some gravels down there. Right
Yes, and right now we don't have a way to get it out.
This one is not taking them out.
That's right. That we've been using is called a baler. And a baler is any hollow tubing that goes into a hole and allows the material that you're pushing through to get pushed up one way into this hollow space and hold it so that you can pull it out and dump it out. You use water while you're doing it so that it'll pour out. You don't want it too compacted. We're using a baler here that has a flapper on it that's on a hinge. And the problem we've been having with the hinge is that there's enough sand and grit that's getting in the way. The hinge doesn't always move easily. And the other problem we have is that in order to make sure that the flap didn't open too far and get stuck, we've made the hole narrower and it's getting caught on rocks. So we're not able to get the rocks in here. Another approach would use a similar piece like this, only instead of being hollow, it would be full with cement, so it'd be very heavy, and on the end would be a cutting edge, either a star of welded metal, that's one way they do it, they just pounds it, or a traditional drill bit which has kind of a cone shape. And by using the weight of the cement behind it, you pound the ground and you pulverize the material in front of it, pull this out, and then put in a baler to lift that material out. Whenever you're going to lift material, it has to be wet in the hole, because that's the only way you can keep it moving into the baler. So then when you lift it up, the water drains out, closing the bale, and the material's stuck behind the flapper or the bale. Did that help? Mm-hmm. And the front end is either like a Phillips screwdriver head. You've basically made a welded piece that fits on the top of on an end, and it beats it. And what naturally happens is when you pull it up, it twists a little bit. So every time it falls, it twists and falls and twists and pries. So just like if you use a rock bar to pound a hole for, it's the same process. You're just putting behind it. But what you want is as much weight behind it as possible, so that it does as much work as it can.
So is it what we're going to try out now?
We don't have one of those here to do. Boy, I'm not sure. You can get the gravel out, but with none of the technology we'd have in Africa. Let's put it that way. With piped water, you can float the gravel out, but we don't. You don't have that. You wouldn't have water pressure.